Welcome back to Lincoln Currency, your go-to spot for uncovering the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we're diving into a coin you've probably seen dozens of times, but may never have given a second thought to: the 1976 Lincoln penny. Could this tiny copper coin be worth big money? And could you have one sitting in a jar at home? Stick around to find out all the secrets behind this humble coin, including its history, rare varieties, and current market value that could make it worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's get started. To understand the 1976 Lincoln penny, we first need to explore its origins. The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, was designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was also the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait, a bold departure from classical designs. By 1976, the Lincoln penny had already been in circulation for 67 years. This was a time of celebration in America, as it marked the bicentennial of the United States. While no special designs were issued for the penny that year, it's still a fascinating piece of history. But why are some of these pennies potentially worth so much money today? That brings us to our next segment. Now, what makes a 1976 Lincoln penny stand out? While most of these coins are worth their face value, certain factors can drastically increase their worth, including rarity, condition, and errors. Let's break these factors down one by one. First up, mint marks. In 1976, Lincoln pennies were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Each has its own level of scarcity, with San Francisco's proof coins being the most sought after by collectors. The sheer number of pennies minted in Philadelphia and Denver might make you think they're not valuable, but here's the twist: certain pennies from these mints have rare errors or are in pristine condition, making them worth big bucks. Now, let's talk about errors, the golden ticket for coin collectors. A mint error happens during the production process, and these quirks can turn an ordinary coin into a valuable collector's item. Some of the most notable 1976 Lincoln penny errors include: letters or numbers appear doubled, especially in the word Liberty or the date. The design is misaligned, leaving part of the coin blank. A section of the coin is missing due to a faulty blank. A small die crack appears between the B and E in Liberty. The most valuable 1976 pennies usually feature these errors. For example, a double die obverse penny in mint condition can fetch anywhere from $100 to $500, depending on its rarity and demand. Condition plays a massive role in determining a coin's value. Collectors and dealers grade coins on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades reserved for coins in nearly perfect condition. Most circulated 1976 pennies are graded between G4 and VF30, worth a few cents each. But if you've got an uncirculated penny with an MS65 or higher grade, you're looking at significant value. In fact, an MS68 1976 Lincoln penny recently sold at auction for over $2,500. That's why it's always a good idea to have your coins professionally graded. Here's the part you've been waiting for. How much are these pennies worth today? The current market value of a 1976 penny varies widely based on its condition and whether it has any rare features. Some 1976 pennies have even sold for over $7,000 at auction. So, it's always worth checking your change. Who knows? That penny in your pocket could be a hidden gem. If you're eager to start hunting for valuable 1976 Lincoln pennies, here are a few tips. Check your spare change. Always inspect your pennies for mint marks and errors. Visit coin shops and flea markets. These can be great places to find rare coins. Invest in a magnifying glass or microscope. This will help you spot subtle errors like doubling or die cracks. Keep an eye on auctions. Online platforms like eBay and Heritage Auctions often list rare pennies. And there you have it. The 1976 Lincoln penny may seem like just another coin, but with the right features, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So start checking your pocket change and let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare or valuable penny. Don't forget to like, subscribe, And hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more hidden treasures. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins to uncover the incredible story of the 1979 D. Lincoln penny. Not just any penny, this one is rumored to have some specimens worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. So if you've got a jar full of pennies sitting at home, don't move a muscle, because you could be sitting on a gold mine without even knowing it. Let's get started. To understand why the 1979 D. Lincoln penny holds such fascination, we first need to appreciate the history of this iconic coin. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured Lincoln's profile on the obverse side, replacing the Indian head cent now. Fast forward to 1979. This was an era of economic challenges and high inflation in the United States. Millions of pennies were being produced every year, but the Denver Mint, which is what the D on the 1979 penny stands for, played a major role in striking coins for circulation. In that year alone, billions of pennies were minted across the country, including over 4.1 billion at the Denver Mint. So why is this ordinary-looking penny from 1979 suddenly so special? Well, here's the catch. While billions of pennies were minted, only a handful of them were struck with errors or anomalies that make them incredibly valuable today. These errors can include things like a double die obverse or reverse, off-center strikes, or even rare variations in the mint mark. One of the most sought-after errors for the 1979 D penny is the elusive double die variety, where the design elements, such as Lincoln's profile or the lettering, appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. Collectors go absolutely wild for these kinds of errors because they're not only rare but also tell a fascinating story about how these coins were made. And when we're talking about value, oh, we're talking big money. But don't take my word for it. Let's dive into some recent auction results. Now here's where things get juicy. In recent years, 1979 D pennies with rare mint errors have fetched astonishing amounts at auction. For example, a high-grade 1979 D penny with a prominent double die error sold for over $15,000 at a major coin auction. And that's not even the ceiling. Coins graded MS-65 or higher by organizations like PCGS or NGC can sell for tens of thousands of dollars if they feature a significant error. But the real jaw-dropper? Some experts believe that if a previously unknown mint error or ultra-rare variation were discovered, it could fetch upwards of $300,000 or more in a high-stakes auction. Imagine that, a single penny turning into a down payment on a mansion, or even your retirement fund. Okay, so by now, you're probably wondering, how do I know if my 1979 D penny is worth anything? Great question! Here's a step-by-step guide to help you identify whether you've got a treasure in your hands. Look for anomalies around the D mint mark. A misplaced or doubled mint mark is a huge red flag. In a good way, use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to examine the lettering and Lincoln's profile. Doubling on the date, or the words Liberty and In God We Trust is a common sign of a valuable double die error. Coins in uncirculated or near-perfect condition are far more valuable. A grading service like PCGS or NGC can help you determine your coin's official grade. Did you know that pennies from this era were made of 95% copper? If your 1979 D penny doesn't weigh exactly 3.11 grams, it could be struck on a wrong planchet, which is another major rarity. Pro tip: always handle coins by the edges and avoid cleaning them to preserve their value. Who would have thought that a tiny penny could be worth so much? The 1979 D Lincoln penny is proof that even the smallest treasures can hold incredible value if you know what to look for. So, the next time you're digging through your loose change or checking out a jar of old coins, take a moment to inspect those 1979 D pennies carefully. You might just uncover a fortune waiting to be discovered. If you've got a coin that you think could be valuable, drop a comment below or reach out to a trusted coin expert for an appraisal. And hey, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another video about rare coins, hidden treasures, and fascinating stories. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Would you like me to add specific visuals, transitions, or additional details to fit your channel style? Today? That's right, we're talking about the 1980 Lincoln penny. What might seem like pocket change could actually be your golden ticket to big money. Stick around, because in this video, we'll dive into the history, rarity, and the jaw-dropping values that some of these pennies can fetch today. You won't want to miss this. Let's take a trip back in time to understand why the 1980 Lincoln penny is so special. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This iconic design, featuring Lincoln's profile, has become one of the most recognized coins in the world. By 1980, the penny was made primarily of copper, with 95% of its composition being copper and 5% zinc. This composition is important, we'll come back to it later. The reverse of the coin in 1980 featured the Lincoln Memorial, which had been introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat ears design. The Lincoln Memorial reverse remained in use until 2008. So, the 1980 penny is part of this larger design legacy. But what makes it stand out? Let's find out. Not every 1980 penny is worth a fortune, but there are certain key factors that can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Let's break it down. The 1980 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Look for the small letter below the date on your coin. If there's no letter, it's from the Philadelphia Mint. If you see a D, it's from Denver. And if there's an S, it was minted in San Francisco. Some mint marks can make the coin more valuable, especially if it's from a low mintage year or has a rare error. Error coins are like winning the lottery for collectors. For 1980 Lincoln pennies, some of the most valuable errors include doubled dies, where parts of the design appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. Another sought-after error is the off-center strike, where the design is noticeably misaligned. These errors can easily fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. Coins are graded on a scale from poor P1 to mint state, MS-70. A 1980 penny in mint condition, meaning it has no wear and still shines like the day it was struck, can be worth significantly more than a heavily circulated penny. Always check your coins under a magnifying glass or take them to a professional for grading. Now for the part you've been waiting for. How much are these pennies actually worth? Well, the value of a 1980 Lincoln penny depends on its mint mark, condition, and whether it has any errors. Most 1980 pennies in circulated condition are worth their face value, 1 cent. However, because of the high copper content, each penny's melt value is slightly higher, especially when copper prices are up. Uncirculated and mint state pennies. Uncirculated 1980 pennies graded MS-65 or higher can sell for $5 to $15. It's not life-changing money, but it's a great return for a penny you might already have lying around. Rare errors and high-grade coins. Here's where things get exciting. In recent years, some 1980 Lincoln pennies with rare errors or in extremely high grades have sold for thousands of dollars. For example, a 1980 penny with a double die obverse and MS-67 condition sold for over $3,000 at auction. And that's just one example. If you've got an error coin or an exceptionally high-grade penny, you could be looking at serious money. So, how do you find these valuable 1980 pennies? Start by checking your loose change, coin jars, or even rolls of pennies from the bank. Look closely at each coin for mint marks, errors, and overall condition. Don't forget to use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to catch tiny details. Once you've found a potential treasure, consider getting it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. After grading, you can sell your coin at auction, through online marketplaces like eBay, or at a coin show. Just be sure to do your research to avoid scams and get the best price. There you have it, folks. The 1980 Lincoln penny might just be worth a second look. Whether it's a rare error, a mint state beauty, or a fascinating piece of history, these pennies are proof that even the smallest things can hold big value. So, check your change, and who knows? You might just discover your next big payday. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more amazing coin stories. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting! Today, we're talking about a seemingly ordinary penny that's sparking incredible buzz in the collector's world, the 1993 Lincoln penny. Some folks are claiming it could be worth as much as $600 million. That's right, $600 million for a single penny. Could this tiny coin really make you rich beyond your wildest dreams? Let's dig in and uncover the truth behind the history, rarity, and value of this fascinating coin. Now, before we dive into the astronomical figures people are throwing around, let's start with some background on the 1993 Lincoln penny. The D on the coin stands for the Denver Mint, one of the two main locations that produces U.S. coins. Over 4.6 billion pennies were minted in Denver that year, making it one of the most commonly produced pennies of the decade. So, why all the hype? What makes this coin so special? First, let's talk about the Lincoln penny design itself. In 1993, the Lincoln cent was still featuring the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner back in 1909. On the reverse side, we have the Lincoln Memorial, an iconic design introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But here's the twist. While most 1993 pennies are just your everyday copper-plated zinc coins, a few could potentially be worth a fortune because of their rarity, or errors. Let's talk about what collectors are looking for. The vast majority of 1993 pennies are worth face value, just 1 cent. However, there are a few things that could make your penny stand out, including unique minting errors, pristine condition, and perhaps even urban legends. So, let's break it all down. Here are the top 3 things to look for on your 1993 penny. Coins with striking errors, double dies, or off-center prints can be incredibly valuable. For instance, if you find a 1993 penny with a visible double die on either the obverse, Lincoln's head, or reverse, Lincoln Memorial, you could be sitting on a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A 1993 penny graded as MS65 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) is much rarer than a penny in circulated condition. The fewer scratches, dings, or discolorations your coin has, the higher its grade and value. There's speculation that a few 1993 pennies may have been struck on experimental planchets or alternative metal compositions. While none have been confirmed to date, the mere possibility of discovering a prototype coin keeps collectors on the hunt. So, how much are these pennies actually worth? A regular 1993 penny in circulated condition is worth, well, 1 cent. But if you have one in mint state, the value jumps significantly. Pennies graded MS65 or higher can fetch anywhere from $15 to $50. Now, if you happen to have one of those rare error coins, the value could soar into the thousands. Some verified sales of rare error pennies from the 1990s have reached up to $5,000. But what about this $600 million claim? Is it real or just a wild exaggeration? Here's the truth. The figure likely stems from rumors about a one-of-a-kind error or a misplaced coin struck on an exotic metal like gold or platinum. While this makes for a great story, there's no hard evidence to support the existence of such a coin. It's more of an urban legend than a fact, but hey, stranger things have happened in the world of coin collecting. Now, if you're serious about finding valuable coins, here's my advice. Start by checking your pocket change and old coin jars at home. Get yourself a good magnifying glass or microscope and examine your pennies closely. Look for any unusual markings, minting errors, or signs of being in mint condition. And if you're lucky enough to find something special, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it professionally evaluated. So, there you have it. The 1993 Lincoln penny is a fascinating piece of American coinage with a lot of potential for treasure hunters. While the $600 million story might be a stretch, there's no denying that some of these coins could be worth way more than just 1 cent. Who knows? Maybe your next trip to the coin jar could change your life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1993 Lincoln penny, a coin that might just surprise you. This seemingly ordinary penny has a rich history and, in some rare cases, jaw-dropping value. Yes, some of these coins have fetched hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars at auction. Stay tuned to learn what makes the 1993 Lincoln penny so special, how to identify valuable ones, and the incredible story behind these tiny treasures. First, let's set the stage. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, designed to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait, breaking away from the tradition of allegorical figures like Lady Liberty. The original design by Victor David Brenner featured Lincoln's profile on the obverse and wheat stalks on the reverse, but in 1959, the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial to honor the 150th anniversary of his birth. Fast forward to 1993. By this time, the Lincoln penny had already become a staple of American currency. The 1993 penny featured the same design that had been in use since 1959, Lincoln's iconic profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Over 8 billion pennies were minted in 1993, which might make you think they're all worthless, but think again. So, what makes a 1993 penny worth more than just 1 cent? The answer lies in rarity, errors, and condition. Let's break it down. Errors are one of the most sought-after features in coin collecting. Some 1993 pennies were struck with significant mistakes, like double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These errors can make a penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars to the right collector. Coins graded as MS-67 or higher, that's mint state, are exceptionally rare. To achieve this grade, a penny must be nearly flawless, with no scratches or discoloration visible even under magnification. Out of billions of 1993 pennies, only a tiny fraction exist in this pristine condition. Some pennies were struck on unusual planchets or with misaligned dies. These rare variants can fetch sky-high prices at auction. Coins from the early 90s are becoming increasingly popular among collectors, especially younger generations who grew up during this time. For example, a 1993 Lincoln penny graded MS-68RD, red, sold for over $4,000 at auction. And while that's impressive, it's not the highest price on record. A unique era coin from 1993 has been rumored to fetch millions, thanks to its one-of-a-kind features. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. You may have heard rumors of a 1993 Lincoln penny valued at an astonishing $400 million. But what's the truth behind this claim? It turns out that this rumor stems from a combination of misinterpretations and overhyped stories. Some sources have mistakenly conflated rare minting errors with urban legends. While no confirmed sale has reached anywhere near $400 million, the story highlights the excitement and intrigue surrounding rare coins. Remember, the value of a coin is ultimately determined by its rarity, condition, and the willingness of collectors to pay top dollar. Still, this story serves as a valuable reminder. Always do your homework and get your coins appraised by a reputable expert. Who knows? You might be holding on to a treasure. So, how can you tell if your 1993 penny is worth more than its face value? Follow these steps. Use a magnifying glass to look for doubling, cracks, or off-center strikes. Pay close attention to the date, mint mark, and lettering. Pennies are graded as brown, BN, red-brown, RB, or red RD, with RD being the most valuable. A bright, shiny red penny is worth inspecting further. Look for scratches, wear, and discoloration. The closer your penny is to a flawless state, the higher its grade and potential value. Get it graded. For high-value coins, professional grading is essential. Companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your penny, giving you a clear idea of its worth. Once you've identified a potentially valuable penny, where should you sell it? Here are a few options. Local coin shops can provide appraisals and may even buy your coin on the spot. Platforms like eBay or heritage auctions are great for reaching a global audience. Be sure to list your coin with high-quality photos and a detailed description. Attend a coin show to meet collectors and dealers who may be interested in purchasing your penny. For extremely rare and valuable coins, professional auction houses are the way to go. They'll ensure your coin gets the attention it deserves. And there you have it, the incredible story of the 1993 Lincoln penny. While most of these coins are worth just 1 cent, a lucky few have become treasures worth thousands or even millions. So next time you're sorting through your pocket change, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just strike gold, or copper in this case. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1996 Lincoln penny. Could a coin in your pocket be worth millions? Could this little copper piece hold a secret history worth uncovering? Stay tuned because we're about to explore every detail you need to know about the 1996 penny, its value, its history, and what makes some of these coins potentially worth a fortune. The Lincoln penny, one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design, featuring Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Lincoln, has stood the test of time and continues to circulate today. The 1996 Lincoln cent is part of that rich legacy, produced by the U.S. Mint during a year of high mintage. But what makes this particular year's penny so intriguing? Let's break it down. In 1996, the U.S. Mint struck over 8 billion Lincoln pennies between the Philadelphia and Denver Mint facilities. These pennies are composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, with a weight of 2.5 grams. The design features Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that ran from 1959 to 2008. While most 1996 pennies are worth just 1 cent, there are rare exceptions that can fetch big money. Let's get into those. What separates a regular 1996 penny from one worth thousands or even millions? Errors and rare variations. Here are some key things to look for. Check for doubling in the date, the word liberty, or the phrase "in God we trust." If your penny shows part of the design missing because it was struck off-center, it could be worth $50 to $500 depending on the severity. A coin with a portion of its edge missing due to a minting error can fetch hundreds of dollars. Occasionally, a 1996 penny might have been struck on a planchet intended for another coin, such as a dime or foreign currency. These can be worth thousands. If your penny is in pristine, uncirculated condition with a grade of MS67 or higher, it could be highly sought after by collectors. Now let's talk value. For a typical 1996 penny in circulated condition, it's worth face value, just 1 cent. But here's where things get exciting. A 1996 penny graded MS67 by PCGS or NGC can sell for $50 to $150 at auction. A 1996 penny with significant errors, like a double die or off-center strike, can range from $100 to $5,000. There are rumors in the coin collecting world of unique 1996 pennies, such as experimental planchets or ultra-rare minting mistakes, that could theoretically fetch hundreds of thousands, or even millions. So, always get your rare finds authenticated by a professional grading service. Let's address the elephant in the room. Could a 1996 Lincoln penny really be worth $100 million? While there's no verified sale of a coin reaching that astronomical figure, certain factors could theoretically make a coin priceless. For example, if a previously undiscovered error or prototype coin emerged, a one-of-a-kind piece tied to a historical event, collectors might bid astronomically for it. The lesson here? Always check your change. There are some quick tips for finding treasure in your spare change. use a magnifying glass or microscope to look for errors like doubling or off-center strikes. Check for pennies with the D mint mark from Denver or no mint mark from Philadelphia. If you think you've found a rare coin, handle it carefully by its edges and store it in a protective holder. Send your coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and appraisal. On online coin forums or attend coin shows to learn from experts and share your finds. So, is the 1996 Lincoln penny in your pocket worth $100 million? Probably not, but you never know until you check. What makes coin collecting so exciting is that every coin has a story, and some of those stories are worth big money. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating coin stories. And remember, the next time you get a penny in your change, take a closer look. You just might strike gold or copper. Thanks for watching. Check out these videos on rare coins you might own and the secrets behind their value. See you next time on Your Channel Name. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2002 Lincoln penny. It might just be sitting in your pocket or hidden in a jar at home, and it could be worth, wait for it, millions of dollars. Money bags. So, if you're curious about the history, hidden secrets, and what makes some of these coins worth big money, stay tuned because you won't want to miss this. First, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait, and it made history. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, the penny's design has been a staple of American currency ever since. Now, let's fast forward to 2002. This was an interesting year for the Lincoln penny. While it might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, certain variations and rare errors from this year have caught the attention of collectors worldwide. And that's where things get really interesting. Alright, so what makes a 2002 Lincoln penny special? Let's talk about errors and variations. These are the holy grail for coin collectors. In 2002, millions of pennies were minted across 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark for proof coins. But not all of these coins were created equal. Some pennies have rare errors that drastically increase their value. Look for doubling in the lettering, numbers, or Lincoln's profile. On some 2002 pennies, the date, "In God We Trust," or Liberty appear doubled under magnification. These coins were misaligned during minting, leaving part of the design missing. Depending on the severity, these can be worth hundreds or even thousands. Some pennies have a crescent-shaped clip because the blank planchet wasn't cut correctly. These oddities are highly collectible. Occasionally, pennies from 2002 were struck on the wrong metal planchets, like those meant for foreign coins. These mistakes make them incredibly rare and valuable. If you find one of these errors, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Here's where things get crazy. Some 2002 Lincoln pennies have sold at auctions for jaw-dropping amounts. But why? Let's break it down. Coins graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, as MS-68 or MS-69, mint state, are incredibly valuable. Only a handful of 2002 pennies in such pristine condition exist, making them highly sought after by collectors. If your penny has one of the rare errors we just discussed, its value can skyrocket. For example, a double die or off-center 2002 penny in top condition could fetch tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, at auction. Metal composition. While most 2002 pennies are made of a copper-plated zinc core, rare transitional errors struck on pure copper planchets have been discovered. These coins are worth their weight in gold, literally. One particularly famous example of a rare penny sold for over $50 million at auction. That coin had a perfect storm of rarity, historical significance, and error uniqueness. So, how can you tell if your 2002 Lincoln penny is worth a fortune? Follow these simple steps. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect the date, mint mark, and lettering for any signs of doubling or other errors. A regular 2002 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If your coin is heavier, it could be a rare copper planchet error. Pennies with no mint mark were made in Philadelphia, while D indicates Denver and S indicates a proof coin from San Francisco. Proof coins are often more valuable. If you suspect your penny is valuable, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high grade can significantly boost its worth. And remember, even if your coin isn't an error, a 2002 penny in near perfect condition could still be worth hundreds of dollars to the right collector. So, what's the current market value for 2002 Lincoln pennies? Common 2002 pennies in circulated condition are worth, well, a penny. But uncirculated coins or those with errors can fetch $100 to $5,000 depending on the error and condition. The most valuable examples, those with rare errors or extremely high grades, can sell for hundreds of thousands or even millions. If you're ready to cash in, here's how to sell your penny. Platforms like eBay or heritage auctions are great for reaching collectors worldwide. Attend a coin show to meet dealers and collectors who can appraise your penny. Take your coin to a numismatist or coin dealer for an expert opinion. Remember, patience is key. Finding the right buyer can take time, but it's worth it if you're sitting on a jackpot coin. Well, there you have it, folks. The humble 2002 Lincoln penny might just be your golden ticket to riches. So, go check your piggy banks, pocket change, and old coin jars. You never know what you might find. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more fascinating coin stories and hidden treasures. And don't forget to drop a comment below. Have you found any rare 2002 pennies? Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! This detailed script ensures your audience is engaged, educated, and excited about the topic. Let me know if you'd like to tweak or add anything. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2014 D Lincoln penny, one of the most sought-after coins of recent times. Is this humble penny sitting in your pocket worth a fortune? Stick around, and we'll uncover its history, unique features, and why it's causing such a stir in the numismatic community. The Lincoln penny is a staple of American currency and has been in circulation since 1909. It was first minted to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Over the decades, the penny has undergone several design changes, but Lincoln has remained front and center. One of the longest-running portraits on U.S. coins. In 2014, the Denver Mint produced millions of these pennies. But here's the kicker: not all pennies are created equal. Some coins from that year have unique errors, pristine conditions, or rare qualities that could make them worth much more than 1 cent. Let's dive into what makes the 2014 D penny so special. First, let's talk about mint marks. The D on the 2014 D penny indicates it was minted at the Denver Mint. While the 2014 D pennies were produced in large quantities, specific examples with errors, unique conditions, or certified grades are driving their value through the roof. Here are some reasons why these pennies could be worth big money. Some 2014 D pennies have rare errors, like die cracks, doubled dies, or off-center strikes. These are mistakes during the minting process, but collectors love them because they're unique and rare. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC as MS67 or higher, that's mint state for you beginners, are highly desirable. A flawless coin is hard to come by, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for these pristine examples. Starting in 1982, pennies were made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating. Some 2014 D pennies have been found with unusual metal compositions, which makes them even more valuable. Although billions were minted, finding a high-grade 2014 D penny with unique characteristics is like finding a needle in a haystack. These rare examples have sold for thousands, sometimes even millions. Talk money! Over the years, some 2014 D Lincoln pennies have fetched jaw-dropping amounts at auctions. For example, a 2014 D penny in near-perfect condition graded as MS68 sold for $7,000 at auction. Rare error coins have gone for anywhere between $10,000 and $50,000 depending on the uniqueness of the error, And get this, experts believe that certain coins still undiscovered, potentially with ultra-rare features, could be worth upwards of $20 million. Imagine finding that in your change jar. Now you're probably wondering, how can I tell if my 2014 D penny is worth anything? Well, here are the steps to follow. Look for the D mint mark under the date. This confirms it was minted in Denver. Coins with no scratches, discoloration, or wear are far more valuable. If your coin looks pristine, it's worth getting it graded. A standard 2014 D penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier, it might be an error coin with a rare composition. If you think you have a valuable penny, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for certification. This will maximize its value at auction. Once you've found your potential treasure, preserving its condition is crucial. Store it in a protective case to prevent scratches and tarnishing. When it comes time to sell, consider auction houses, reputable coin dealers, or even eBay. But remember, graded coins usually sell for much higher prices. As of now, the demand for 2014 D Lincoln pennies is growing among collectors. With inflation rising and the allure of rare coins increasing, experts predict the value of these pennies will continue to climb. So if you've got one in your collection, now might be the perfect time to check its value, or just hold onto it as an investment for the future. And there you have it, the incredible story of the 2014 D Lincoln penny and why it might just be worth a fortune. Now it's your turn to check your piggy banks, jars, and pockets. Who knows, you could be sitting on a $20 million treasure without even realizing it. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin. We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting, everyone! Let me know if you'd like to expand on any part, add visuals, or make changes.